Los Angeles. And
Kevin, thanks very much.
all right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. They've got Griffin. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now, here's George. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Now, Kevin Durant. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Now here's Jackson. He lobs it up, and the dunk by Batum.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. George against Irving. Harden outside over Jackson, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
George against Irving. Passes it to Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And there it is for him.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Irving double team. And Durant launches from deep. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Harris against Leonard. Back to Batum. Griffin with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Irving. And the bucket is good. 3-point. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
So both teams changing it up here.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Down low. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Green against Cousins. Lock at 6. Here's Dinwiddie. Claxton tips it back in.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Pass to Kennard. Pass to Cousins, and he lays it straight in.
What a luxury to have someone like DeMarcus Cousins roaming the interior and drawing defensive attention.
Outside Jordan. 36 seconds left to play in the first. Nets passing it around. Irving with a clean look. Off target with his 3. The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Nobody near Leonard. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Leonard's got 6 points. Nets trail by 3. Outside Irving. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. No good on that one.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on
old school basketball, and it's fun.
Now pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Kennard, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving.
This is what keeps Cousins' percentages up. The gimmies, my goodness.
Here's Irving. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
It's Brown with the drive. The rebound by Ibaka. Los Angeles leading by 6. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Kept alive. Harris passes to Griffin. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. From the arc. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here is Ibaka, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's George. Here's Zubac, hangs in the air. And the layup is good. Zubac has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
I feel like they could execute this play in their sleep. Griffin, one of the premier alley-oop finishers in the league.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Morris is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Batum in for Leonard. And the Nets making a change here as well. James Harden, he's checked in for Irving. And Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Outside Jackson. Morris kicks to George. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And Katie, here we go. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 4. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac finds George. Batum wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Batum's got 5 points so far. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Griffin back to Harden. And there's the pass to Jordan. Lets it go with the 3. And James Harden with the 3. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now, here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Outside Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Boy, KD just lethal on the drive to the rack, and he gets a head of steam behind him. Forget about it.
Outside Jackson. Batum for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with... That's all for now.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got Marcus Morris. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Jackson. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Jackson passes to Leonard. Morris dishes to Leonard. And Griffin sends it back. Goes back up. At the tip. And Ibaka is right there. And the Clippers lead by 4.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Morris against Irving. Here's Harden. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Morris passes to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Irving looking over the floor. It's Durant on the wing. Off target from outside. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard on the wing. Outside Jackson. Releases. Gets a very good look and converts. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now here's Durant. He's got 6. Greg is a young player. One of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Nets trail by 4. Harden outside. To the inside. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Leonard. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Now here's Rondo. Kennard for 3. The rebound by Harden. The Nets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. George passes to Batum. Here's the break. Here's Claxton, and it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And George kicks to Cousins. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Here's Claxton, defended by Batum. Pops it up for Jordan. Clippers leading by 3. Passes it to Kennard. Back to Rondo. Kennard kicks to George. Throws it up high.
This guy is such a tough cover in the pick and roll. Paul George threading the needle perfectly. Excellent pass.
Brown drives in. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Now, here is George. A 3 ball and stolen by Jordan. Brown feeling it out a bit, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Here is Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Batum finds Kennard. Back to Batum. Pass to Kennard. Shoots over Brown. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. 3/4 of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top, up by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Luwawu on out there with Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Zubac has got the 4th quarter started here with buckets for Los Angeles. Irving against Beverly. Releases. No good from Irving.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the Clippers pick up 2. Here's Jordan, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Kicks it out to Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. That shot wide open. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Luwawu's got his first bucket of the night.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Feeds it to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. Takes it from 10. The putback. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Irving dishes to Brown. Irving kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. The 3. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Boy, Kyrie Irving shoots it with such extraordinary confidence regardless of where he is on the court. This guy is one of the most dynamic scorers in the league.
Now here's Beverly. Now the pass to Mann. Outside Leonard. That one a little long. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Brown kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Brown the pass to Claxton. Back to Brown. Pops it up for Jordan. It's stolen by Ibaka. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Harden in for Brown. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 2. 1:52 left to play here in the 4th. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Back to Irving. The dish now to Durant. And another shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Well, Kevin Durant is used to absorbing contact on the way up, and when he's this deep, it really puts the defense in a bind.
It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
George looking around to the paint. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by George.
DeMarcus Cousins leaves no doubt in a big moment, big-time play.
Here's Durant. Basket counts. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
Outside, George. That's the 3 fly. That shot off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it to tie it up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, that's Kyrie right there. He draws so much defensive attention. Guys want to be physical with him, but this guy able to take contact so well for his size.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up.
Well, this game has the feel that it could come down to the wire, so that is just the kind of success they need to have at the foul line.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
George double team. He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with the win.
Jackson against Harden.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. He's perfect from the line this time.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Outside Leonard. Here's the 3. Misses the 3. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go. Oh, my goodness! Wow! And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Outside Leonard. Kevin Durant with the rebound. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They lead by 1. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
Jackson dishes to Morris. George against Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking. Rebounded by the Nets.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Irving can't get it to go. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. And George with the stuff.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Harden, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Morris, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Irving passes to Harden. Launches a 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Pass to George. Back to Leonard. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Jackson against Harden. Outside Durant. Shoots over Leonard. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And this is a shot he can definitely make. And the defense. Look out.
And that's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Harden to pass to Irving. Oh, no good. Jackson finds George. Now here's Cousins. Back to George. The tray. It drops. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Oh, George, love.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. with three.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the three. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the five. Roman the paint. And George kicks to Zubac. Ibaka right side. 5 on the clock. Leonard the pass to George. He gets it in there. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
That's a 2 from Powell. Here's Covington. The Clippers grab the miss.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
George with the bucket.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. Ibaka, the pass to Zubac. Back to Ibaka. Rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. McCollum kicks to Powell. Can't connect from short range.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from them.
Back to Leonard. Fires from deep. The Clippers get another chance here. Jackson finds Zubac. Right side Leonard. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
McCollum dishes to Powell. Back to McCollum. They could use a bucket, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Always good to see solid interior work by McCollum. I mean, he might earn himself some extra space on his outside jumpers when he gets inside points like this.
Zubac the pass to George. Outside Jackson. Ibaka right side. That one goes in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. George against McCollum. Nobody near Lillard. They get it back. Nurkic, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
The 3 from George. Jackson down low, covered by Lillard. Nobody near Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
George looking around. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Can't cash in from close range. Trailblazers trail by 6. Leonard with the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From past the arc, the Clippers rebound. Zubac the pass to George. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 8 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Lillard from outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact, Damian Lillard.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Break that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
They've got McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Simons. Pass to Kanter. Takes a 3. No good on the shot. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he could carve a roll out on his team.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
This is to Batum. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And Simon a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. Have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Beverly dishes to Batum. Kennard against McCollum. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen by Collins. Here's Simons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first free throw of the game. And that one misses. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. So many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Clippers leading by 10. Rondo finds Batum. Stolen by McCollum. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Anthony leading the charge. And the shot goes in. Anthony's got it back down to within single digits for the Trailblazers.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now Rondo. There's the pass to Batum. 6 to shoot. Kennard for 3. A rebound by Simon.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. He makes you pay on those nearly every time.
That one drops for him.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Rondo passes to Ibaka. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by McCollum. Can they get it? And Kanter pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 6. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot block.
He gets that one.
The assist is the key to that sequence. A great look to set him up.
1:10 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Kicks it to Collins. Batum with the steal. fast break. Here they come. Stripped it away. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's McCollum. Here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rondo looking around. Passes it to Man. Taken away by Anthony. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. At the elbow, Collins. Back to Anthony. Puts one up from 19. And the jumper is on the mark. Now just a 4-point Los Angeles lead. The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Rondo with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the middle. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Rondo. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Well, look, if you're out there with Rondo, you find some open space, and he's going to find you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. An exceptional game. And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And that one's good, George.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Jackson against Lillard. And it's Anthony top of the key. Lillard right side. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Cannon. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
It tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Jones dishes to Cantor. Jones against Morris. Anthony. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got 8 points.
And they finally get one to go. I mean, they're just in time. An 0 for 4 start to the second half can really make a team tighten up.
George passes to Jackson. Now the dish to Cousins. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 11.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
An open look for Lillard. Gets an open look and hits. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Anthony kicks to Lillard. George against Jones. Back to Lillard. There's the 3. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Jackson dishes to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Connects from three-point range.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard looking around. He dishes it to Jones. The pass to Cantor. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Not a lot of room. Cantor's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 10. Jackson passes to Morris. And George kicks to Morris. The three. Leonard, no luck.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Feeds to Jones. Stolen by Jackson. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Baca comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Both shots good from the stripe. And here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard for three. No good on that one. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We come back right after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Clippers leading by 8. They've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good from outside. And Los Angeles guys shooting reasonably well, 45%. Kennard for 3. And it's rebounded by Covington.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight. Great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 6. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Simons surveying the D. He kicks it to Nurkic. On the clock. From deep three-point range. And it's Simons missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Back to Kennard. Launches it. And the three ball is good.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Ibaka outside. Back to Rondo. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. Zubac, that's good. And the Clippers lead by 9. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Simons, the pass to Covington. Dishes it to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Kennard finds Zubats. Stolen. Here's McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. Powell, no one around him. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And it's Lillard missing. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kennard for 3. Here's Cousins. Kicks to Beverly. Fires the 3. Kennard's shot is off.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Lillard against Beverly. Down low and stolen by Cousins. Morris outside. And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Covington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard kicks to Zubats. 4 on the clock. George, no good. And Portland with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Jackson against Lillard. McCollum left side. Puts up a 3. They get the rebound. It drops.
Oh, how about the death touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Outside, George. Trying to end the drought. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Let's see what they run here. This is not the time to panic. Work the offense.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the heart. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. And we've got
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Nets, they've got Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Jordan in at the 5. McCollum against Harden. A step-back shot here. No good off the front iron.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Jordan against Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. Harris outside. For 3. That one doesn't go. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. McCollum kicks to Covington. Back to McCollum. Over Irving. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
To the paint. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Kicks it out to Lillard, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. And stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. McCollum outside. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Fades back. Griffin kicks to Harden. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Nice to see Harden continue to expand his range. He is an absolute laser from outside.
Harden against Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. And stolen by Jordan. Oh, the lob to Irving. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Covington showing you that weight room strength. Awesome physicality there, bullying his way to the hoop.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Claxton, just 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie right side. Over McCollum. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the pass to Dinwiddie. Poked away. It's his first trip to the line.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Dinwiddie right side. Pass to Claxton. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 32 seconds left in the first. Now here's McCollum. He has 5. He kicks to Collins. Back to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Anthony's shot is off. Here's Brown. And there's the feed to Dinwiddie. There's the triple. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 3. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
We've got Irving, Brown out there with Green. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. It's tipped. Stolen by Cantor. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Cantor. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Jones has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Blazers?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Kicks to Anthony. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Claxton. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Harris looking it over. Shoots the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Jordan dishes to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the triple. Portland leading by 8. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Hollis Jefferson passes to Cantor. Harris on the double team. Here's Simons. Beyond the arc. Feeds it to Carmelo. Outside, Jones. Anthony, the pass to Simons. A second chance effort. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
And the dunk by Brown.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Pass to Anthony. Passes to Simons. And here's Hollis Jefferson. Portland needs to get off a shot. Simons, the pass to Anthony. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Brown. Nets trail by 6. The pass to Dinwiddie. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's KD. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive. And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Powell against KD. Covington kicks to Powell. Offline with his three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Back to Dinwiddie. Three-pointer. Rebound by Nurkic.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Harden left side. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Lillard looking around. Fires top of the key. And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. Here's Irving. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Rebound, Brooklyn. Griffin dishes to Harden. And here's Green outside. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Pass to Harden. He feeds it to Griffin.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. Portland also making some changes. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Back to Lillard from the arc. The shot that time not on target. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Nets trail by 6. Now Irving. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The kick out to Brown. And the Nets miss again. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's Collins with the drive. Powell with it. Now Green defending to the wing right side. Anthony, the pass to Collins. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Lillard gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
And that one's good, Lillard. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Here's Simons. Collins dishes to Carmelo. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Pass to Durant. For three. And they will call over the back on the play.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into rebounding, guys. You need strength, you need positioning, but I think timing and a nose for the ball, most important. And I think you're right. That's what got him that call, his physicality and strength.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Jones kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Brown against Jones. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Harden. Luwawu is out there with Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. So that's the Nets 5. Kicks it out to McCollum. Knocked away. Harden with it. And on Nurkic.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Portland leading by 4. Here's Simons. He dishes it to McCollum. Passes it to Simons. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. The Nets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Harden bounce pass. Claxton the pass to Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right, got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 4-point game. Oh, Griffin in position. Back to Harden. Launches it. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Harden the pass to Irving. KD on the wing. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And here is Powell. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Back to McCollum. Fires for 3. Again, McCollum missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And finished off by Griffin.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
McCollum against Harden. Durant with the steal. Right side Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight.
Yes, indeedy. Irving giving you much in the clutch.
Lillard the pass to McCollum. They double team McCollum. Lillard against Irving. Portland again missing. Brooklyn trailing. And McCollum with the block. Outside Covington. There's the pass to Nurkic. And that one drops.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Inside. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
With a polished offensive game and an intense will to win, Griffin can definitely be trusted in crunch time.
59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Back to Lillard. A 3-ball. They get it again. Nurkic, the dunk, and the thump. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of... Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Nets, Griffin is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving at the 2. Now here's Jackson. Pass to George. Dishes it to Leonard. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Harden finds Irving. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Deflects the pass. Griffin with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Harden has a wide-open look. Offensive rebound. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's George missing. Nets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Here's Harden on the wing. Durant feeling it out a bit. There's the three. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Now the Clippers with it. Outside, Batum. Leonard dishes to Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
In the pick and roll, I like confidence. Leonard showing as a facilitator, his game just continues to ascend.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Irving. Around the back and lays it in. Irving's got his second bucket.
For a guy who is 6'3", Kyrie shows us he has great confidence playing inside.
Jackson against Harden. Outside, George. Charity stripe shot. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Harden's shot is off. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
George against Irving. Harden surveying the D. And Harden with the stop.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's George. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Morris. Back to George. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
Now Kevin Durant. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. From beyond the arc and then some.
You better start picking him up at half court. KD is that kind of shooter.
Here's Jackson. Feeds to Batum. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. The Nets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Batum leading the charge. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie passes to Brown. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets lead. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And they take the lead. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Rondo. Right side, Leonard. Passes it to Mann. Back to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Clock at 4. To the inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Here's Mann. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now, here's Dinwiddie. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And here's Rondo. And there's the pass to Mann. Here's Leonard. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Dinwiddie dishes to Durant. Pass to Claxton. Just 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's Brown missing.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Green, no luck.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Here's Leonard. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now, it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Outside, George to the middle. Got a piece of it. It's Harden with the drive. And a wide open look for Irving. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
The thing about Kyrie, he has great natural balance when setting up for the jumper.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
And George kicks to Morris. He dishes it to Cousins. Pass to Jackson. Now, here's George. He's covered by Irving. George, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And the officials call a traveling violation. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And now let's revisit that exceptional Mobile One block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Outside Jackson, on the wing George. Back to Jackson. Outside George. He gets it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And the first half comes to a close. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead in the period. And that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade All Fueled Up for the second half. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Durant. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point guard. Now Irving. After the missed three from KD. Irving finds Durant. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 10.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Griffin passes to Irving. Here's Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Durant in the corner. And KD throws it down.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Leonard with the bucket.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Harden outside for Durant. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
George with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Jordan against Leonard. There's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. He's got 8.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the playing for him.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Brown the pass to Llewellyn. Here's Green. The Nets working the ball around now. Passes it to Llewellyn. Over to the left wing. Pops it up for Jordan. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. In the corner, Kennard with it. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Beverly finds Cousins. Out to the wing. Man passes to Zubac, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Zubac has got 10 points in the game. Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie dishes to Green. Count that one. Green's got his first basket of the night.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
In this half, a more entertaining one. The pace is picked up, tougher defense, better ball movement.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. To the left side wing. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Count it. Kennard's got his second basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Beverly. Finishes the break with a slam.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Brown drives in. Drops in the layup for two.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers ahead. They're up by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Beverly. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Patrick Beverly. Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Kennard in at the 2-guard.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Green, no luck. Clippers leading by 5. Morris with the ball. Now Green defending. Kennard for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Brown. Cousins pulls it in. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Fires the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Irving passes to Durant. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. It's stolen by Ibaka. And George with the stuff. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself.
He has a deadly combination of length and skill. Paul can beat the defense time and time again.
Bucket is good.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
On the wing, George. Now the pass to Leonard. Launches a three. The Clippers keep it alive. And George able to finish. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And stolen by Cousins. And George with the stuff.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead to a break, and then points at the other end.
Timeout called the Nets.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
George against Irving. Jacks up a three. The shot by George, no good. Nets trail by 11. Oh, Griffin in position. It's stolen by Ibaka.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Shot clock at 6. Leonard finds George. Lets the three fly. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Brown against Beverly. Rondo passes to Zubac. Down low. Floats it up for Cousins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Brown. And he converts the layup.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. There's a look at...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And he comes up with the deuce. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Here's George. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. George passes to Jackson. Back to George. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And here's the fast break. Here's McCollum. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here's Leonard from 3. That shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Nurkic finds Lillard over Jackson, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Back to Zubac. And the shot goes in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. McCollum no good. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Clippers. A 3 from Leonard. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Now here is Ibaka. After the miss from Damian Lillard, there's Jackson with the 3. No good that time. Trailblazers trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. Portland with the ball. In the corner, Powell with it. Back to McCollum, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Hits it from three-point range.
That's a nice shot from Damian Lillard. He feels like he can drain it just about anywhere and appreciates the fact that he's got that kind of range.
Now here's Batum. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. That's tipped.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Here's Simons. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Beverly missing. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Lillard with it. Collins finds Lillard. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Morris outside. Here's the three. And Cantor pulls it down. On up the court. And that one drops for him. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Portland out in front. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. Beverly. No good that time. Excellent D there from Anthony. Takes the 3. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 6. Oh, Morris in position.
Now, Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
For Portland, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. The pass to Collins. Knocked loose. And here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Cantor dishes to Collins. Here's Simons. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And Morris throws it down.
And a guy who was considered somewhat NBA ready when he entered the league, it's taken Morris a few years to get used to it. But now he's starting to be a consistent contributor.
Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Covington passes to Powell. And he gets the jumper to drop. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Platoon passes to Morris. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Good work there as it goes.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And Jones has it in the corner. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Defended by George. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And the rejection by Zubats. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Stolen by Cantor. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And then Jones with the jam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And George, here we go.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Trailblazers leading by 4. 46 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Cantor.
Well, the size, length, and power of Cantor on full display that time.
Now George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets it go with the 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's Simons. Here's Cantor. Outside, Jones. Out to the right wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4. And that'll do it for us. The
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Trailblazers leading by 6. We've got Ibaka. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Now, here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They lead by 4. McCollum up top, guarded by Jackson. Clock at 4. Powell, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Outside, Covington. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And that one's good. Leonard.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Lillard scanning the floor. Over Jackson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
George with the ball. Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's the pass to Leonard. Outside Jackson. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Back to Zubac. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Up again, Cousins on the follow.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Beverly. And here's Batum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Beverly against McCollum. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Takes it from 10. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
1:02 left to play in the third. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Pass to Cousins. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kennard for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Defensively, they've been flat in this second half. A very different type of team than we saw in the first.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Outside for Batum. From deep 3-point range. A rebound by Simons.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him. Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Los Angeles on top, ending the third quarter with a massive. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Nurkic. Shoots the 3. Goes up again. He takes it up and lays it in.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Passes it to Kennard. Back to Beverly. And stolen by Lillard. And the pass to Powell. Throws it down as the official. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nurkic finds Powell. Here's Lillard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
It's so difficult not to foul Lillard. He has so many tricks up his sleeve, and you never know exactly how to shade him defensively.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Kennard on the wing. Covered by Lillard. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Dishes it to Morris. 4 on the clock. Batum inside the three-point line. And no good that time.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And the basket by McCollum.
Just so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
Now Beverly. He dishes it to Cousins. Kennard against Lillard. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. A special move before the shot.
A nice job of scanning the floor on the pick and roll, and then Cousins terrific at rolling hard after the screen.
Here's Lillard. McCollum outside. He kicks to Powell. Pass to Lillard. Here's Covington. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Morris. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Outside for George. Back to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Leonard against Powell. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Tries again. Takes it out to Covington. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Both loose. Outside Jackson. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
side, Covington. Kicks it to McCollum. Over George. And McCollum the bucket on the assist from Covington. McCollum's got 8 here in the quarter.
And McCollum's pace hasn't changed even under pressure.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Jackson looking it over. Takes it out to Leonard. Takes a 3. It's in! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard dishes to Covington.
Got it! Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Jackson against Lillard. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now, here's Lillard. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
He has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
The throw good, Damian Lillard.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
A 3 from Leonard. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David. We are nearly ready for the
well, guys,
he's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. So the next starting five. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Griffin in at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Now here's Durant. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The pass to Nurkic. Lillard looking around. McCollum with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Just 5 on the clock. Lillard misses.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3 ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Now, don't sleep on Kyrie Irving's perimeter game. Yes, he can get inside and score at will, but boy, you better check that jumper.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. KD on the wing. Back to Irving. And the 3 off target. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Harden outside. Pass to Durant. Harris with it. From downtown. And it's rebounded by Covington. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McCollum outside. Passes it to Lillard. Over Harden. They grab their own miss. Here's Nurkic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
It's Durant on the wing, defended by Covington. Irving looking for an opening. And here's Harden for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Now here's Powell. It's Covington on the wing. It's Powell on the wing. Kicks it out to McCollum. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. For the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Brown is checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie's subbed in for Irving.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Anthony, the pass to Cantor, and taken away by Brown. Brooklyn trailing. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Brown. Green kicks to Brown. Trying to get something going. It's deflected.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
And then Brown with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Nets. Anthony dishes to Cantor. Here's McCollum. Misses off the right iron. Now here's Brown. Defense is right there. Here's McCollum. From deep. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
And the second free throw, good. And he nails the third. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Nets lead by 1. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland. They've got Collins, also Anthony out there. Enes Kanter is out there with McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
It's Brown on the wing. McCollum against Dinwiddie. Claxton the pass to Brown. Dinwiddie outside. 6 on the shot clock. Over McCollum. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Kanter dishes to Collins. Back to Kanter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Harden bounce pass. Outside Griffin. In the corner, Harden. Back to Griffin. From outside the arc. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Anthony down low. Brown on him. Stolen by Collins. Pass to Kanter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it goes down 2 points. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
And the jam by Harden.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Cullen passes to Simons. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcomed with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. And good that time.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Irving kicks to Harris. Outside Irving. Harris passes to Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. 5 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. Covington kicks to Lillard. To the paint, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
And so Green will bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. And Durant puts up a deep 3, and the Nets miss again. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. There's the pass to Powell. 3-pointer, Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Oh, and he almost had... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Pass to Jordan. 23 seconds left to play here in the half.
Well, DJ at his very best. Leave no doubt with that dunk. Go ahead, Mr. Jordan.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance of momentum away from your opponent.
Portland no good that time either. And it's Jordan with the jam.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period. Thanks for joining.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin. And it's Harden in at the point. McCollum, no good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. For the lead, a nice shot by Harris. Harris has got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
You're one of the best shooters in the game, knocking down shots off the pull-up. Woo-hoo, go Joe Harris.
It's McCollum on the wing. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. McCollum against Irving. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his first 2 points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Outside, KD. And finished off by KD.
Yeah, Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Doesn't go that time. The Nets go the other way with it.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And the basket by Harden.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Harden against Lillard. Passes it to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got his 4th rebound in this one. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on James Harden. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. Free throw good. McCollum. Traeger, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Green. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. 3rd quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside Covington. Pass to Simons. McCollum against Brown. Back to McCollum. Shoots over Brown. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Free throw line numbers for him, 6 of 7.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Brooklyn, Durant's checked in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Brown. Now Irving. 1:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. Right side Durant. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Good on the shot. Jordan's got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Now the pass to Nurkic. Out left to the wing. Back to McCollum. And he's good on the 3 ball. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Durant finds Irving. Pass to Dinwiddie. KD with it. Now Anthony defending. Wow, hammering it in.
Well, Kevin And Durant with a little crafty creativity. KD at the rim.
Outside Anthony. Shoots from the elbow. And a wide open look for McCollum. That's good from 17 feet away. McCollum's got 9 points now in just the second half. Nets leading by 3. Lobs it up for Jordan. Dinwiddie outside. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
This guy is such a lengthy wing defender. Robert Covington doing work defensively.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And now Durant on the floor, galloping all by himself.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
The third quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front. They're up by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. And you see it right there on display.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Just 2 to shoot. Green. No good there. Good D by Covington.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. Off target from three-point range.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Lillard, bounce pass. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Over to the left wing. Harden against Lillard.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Nets leading by 5. Harden with it. Passes to Irving. The dish to Griffin. Back to Irving. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Covington against Durant. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Fernie Simons. Then for the Nets, Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Nobody near Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. The offensive rebound. Nurkic. Powell. No one around him. No good on the 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Covington.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
Harden scanning the floor. Harris outside. Shot clock reset for the Nets. On the wing, Harden. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Nets lead by 5.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Count it, good. Harden Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Shoots off the step back. And Griffin sends it back. And they get it back. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket by Lillard.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Harden outside. Pass to Griffin. Harris outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard outside. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Covington trying to break free. The Trailblazers rebound.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Harris outside. It's over Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Joe Harris refusing to give an inch, and he is rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Nicely done.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. And Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing. Harden outside. Jordan the pass to Harden. And the Nets miss again. Lillard from outside. It counts! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.